And we have returned from a busy and eventful weekend to bring you Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're back at it on this 9th day of May, 2022. I am Dan Kuntz. The 103rd Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is in the books. Everything is done, with the exception of Music Theater Wenatchee's production of The Wizard of Oz. You still got a few more shows to go for that, so it's not too late to check out The Wizard of Oz at the America Performing Arts Center. It is chilly. It's 39 degrees. We're in for another abnormally cool week. We're not going to. Our normal high now is 70 degrees. It ticks up as we get deeper and deeper into spring. We're not going to be at 70 or even really close to it until maybe this weekend. We only hit 54 yesterday on Mother's Day. Our normal high is 70. This pattern continues. We thought maybe we catch a break after the record cold and wet April. We have not. These the forecasts, you're going to look at it and you go, is this still March? And here we are deep into May. Unsettled, cool weather all week and right on into the weekend. Forecast details are coming up. Of course, you know what happened on Saturday morning at about 8:30 in downtown Wenatchee with the officer-involved shooting. We'll have the latest news on that. Not a lot to report on. Whenever there's an officer-involved shooting, they bring in outside agencies not involved with the Wenatchee Police Department to handle the investigation. That's protocol. We'll talk about that. We have a lot of news to get to, as a matter of fact. Lots to touch on. Sports, too. The Mariners' 6-game losing streak is over. They struggled. Didn't look like they were going to pull it off, but they knocked off Tampa Bay in extra innings on Mother's Day. Highlights of that, plus everything that happened in the world of prep sports. All of the spring sports are now into the playoff mode. It's all postseason games from here on out. We'll have that for you as well, plus an opinion from my Mad Dog McNaughty. Today in history, some celebrity birthdays and the obscure holiday of the day today. It is 2 minutes after the hour. Let's not waste any time. Let's see what we have out there. It is cold. It's only 39 degrees. Freda on Saturday night into Sunday set a new record low. They got all the way down to 28 degrees. In Freda, and there are some locations that are going to see the overnight lows getting down close to freezing. Not here in the Wenatchee Valley. We're going to see overnight lows in the upper 30s, but other locations are going to see overnight lows in the lower 30s. And, of course, all the fruit-bearing trees have already begun to bud out and started that process, so that cannot be good news for tree fruit growers here in our area, especially in those pockets of cold air. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley. Now it's time to clean everything up. Memorial Park will recover. You know, the grass gets beaten down. They had all the rain and everything, but it doesn't take too long. The folks at Public Works will do a really good job of whipping Memorial Park back into shape. It won't be very long at all before you look at it and you go, it's hard to believe there were thousands and thousands of people in that park over the weekend. Camera number 2. We take a nice view of Lake Aniat. In fact, I think we're looking at Lake Aniat, although I'm not sure. Is that the Hose Landing camera? That's the Waterville camera. Okay, so there's Earthquake Point. There's a little bit of a little slice of Aniat that we see there. Most of Aniat, of course, is to your left and out of the screen. They're still working on that slope stabilization project. I'll give you the latest on that at milepost 211 on US 97A. That's coming up. They're still not quite done with that yet. Camera number 3. We're off to see Rock Island again. Mission Ridge still covered in snow. Good morning to Malaga and the mighty Columbia River. That's a wide shot there from our Rock Island camera. Golf courses are in great shape because they've had all this rain and cool temperatures, and the grass is just spanking green. It's May 9th. I haven't even had to water my lawn yet. It's just looking really good right now. And camera number 4. Good morning to Leavenworth. The Bavarian Village is looking good as we look back towards the Wenatchee Valley. Most of downtown Leavenworth you can see. You can also see the Wenatchee River and the parks. Nice view there from our Tumwater Canyon camera right before you head into the Tumwater. We have a camera right on top of that ridge. How they get there, the Sky-Fi crew to do maintenance on the Sky-Fi system up there where that tower is located, is beyond me. But they do it. There must be some route up there. I just don't know what it is. So we're going to look at the forecast, and you're going to go, are you kidding me? We have to keep doing this? Yes, we have to keep doing this. 57 is all we're going to get to today under partly cloudy skies. It's going to be windy. Again, our normal high for this time of the year is 70 degrees. So today will be 13 degrees below normal. Overnight low, 38, close to a record overnight low. It's 35 is the record on this date, so it's going to be pretty close to that. Tuesday, we're going to be 9 degrees below normal. Wednesday, we're going to be 7 degrees below normal. Thursday, 10 degrees below normal. Friday, 9 degrees below normal, because now the normal will be 71 degrees. We might get to the lower 70s by Sunday, but this long period of very cool and wet weather continues. Plus, on top of all that, it's going to be quite windy at times today. We could see gusts above 25 miles an hour. Windy tonight, not so windy on Tuesday. Breeze kicks back up on Tuesday night. Mostly sunny Wednesday. Thursday will be clouded right back up again with a chance of rain, but at least the overnight lows will be somewhat tolerable because we will have overnight clouds. So sunshine for the most part, but certainly not warm, not even close to where we should be this time of year. This is historic weather. We've never seen anything like this, such a long stretch of cold weather this time of the year, and it will continue all week long and into the weekend. It's 6 minutes after the hour. After a 1 minute break, we will have your Monday morning news, and there is a lot of it. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
I'm here at the Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, where there's a ton of cool stuff to do. You can learn how the dam harnesses the power of the Columbia, walk inside a Native American Tule Lodge, and steer clear of disaster on the Rock Island Rapids. You can check out the new fish viewing space and even stare a salmon right in the eye. Explore all this and more at Chelan County PUD's brand new Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, now open year-round.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
Just about 8 minutes after the hour. It is cool. It is 38 degrees here in downtown Wenatchee. And just like the weekend, all of this week, we're going to have some sunshine, but we're going to have much cooler than normal temperatures throughout the course of the week before a gradual warming trend by the weekend. As you know by now, Wenatchee police responded to reports of a man shooting at a church in downtown Wenatchee. This happened at about 8:30 on Saturday morning when the suspect confronted the officers, wounding an officer in the leg. Police fired upon the individual, killing him. The officer sustained non-life-threatening injuries to his lower leg. Eric Granstrom had a chance to speak to Douglas County Undersheriff Tyler Calley Saturday afternoon about the incident.
Wenatchee Police Department officers were made aware of an incident near the Living Hope Church, which is located North Chelan Avenue and Palouse Street in downtown Wenatchee. Information being received was there was a subject at the location shooting at the church. Officers arrived on scene and confronted the subject, and as a result, the subject, actually one officer was sustained non-life-threatening injuries as a result of the shooting, and then as a result, the suspect ended up was shot and fatally wounded by officers at the scene.
So the suspect shot at the police while he was shooting at the church, or do they confront him and he turned on them, or how did that happen?
So everything's still very early in the investigative process. We're still trying to determine what exactly led up and how that confrontation actually originated between the officers and the suspect. As I mentioned, the suspect was observed physically shooting at the church when the officers arrived. But to the circumstances between how that contact was initiated between the officers and the suspect, that part of the investigation is still ongoing.
Any names being released at this point?
No, they are not at this point.
I see this was Wenatchee Police Department, but the Special Investigation Unit is in charge of this, or how's that working, Tyler?
Correct. So since this was an officer-involved shooting, the North Central Washington Special Investigative Unit was activated to take over the investigation of the incident. to comply with all the independent investigative standards that now rely or are here within the state. So the Wenatchee Police Department's been removed from the investigative process, and the SIU team is heading the investigative process.
Okay. Undersheriff, can you tell us the condition of the officer who was shot? Is he doing okay?
So my understanding is he is doing fine, and like I said, it was a non-life-threatening wound to a lower limb that they sustained.
I know you say that the investigation is early, and I'm sure you might not be able to provide any information, but of course the public is aware that we've had a gang-related possible shooting here just a few weeks ago in Wenatchee. Do you know of any correlation here, or is this gang-related at all? Are you aware of?
At this time, I'm not aware of any gang correlation with this shooting as compared to recent shootings in the Wenatchee area. But like I said, we are still very early in gathering all the facts and trying to determine the circumstances around this incident.
Obviously, with Apple Blossom underway and parades going on and things like that, I'm sure that the scene around the crime area where that occurred this morning, I know that there was quick response. Can you talk to us related to Apple Blossom and things like that as far as the rest of the festival? Or is there any impacts that can be anticipated?
So the actual shooting at scene was very relatively close to Memorial Park, obviously where all our food vendors are for the Apple Blossom Festival, and it was, of course, the parade day. The parade was not impacted by this incident. Neither was operations or any of the festivities at Memorial Park. Biggest impact at this time is the fact that the scene around the church and a lot of the side streets are still closed and will remain closed probably until this evening, until all the scene investigative process is completed.
Undersheriff, I know it was early in the morning, but there was probably some folks that were around that vicinity when this incident took place. I know there's been some images that have been placed on social media and things like that. Are you guys, as far as the investigation concerned, if anybody's got any video or anything like that, are you asking them to help out with your investigation?
Absolutely. So we've been fielding phone calls actually throughout the day, especially through Rivercom Dispatch Center, people that have called in with, identifying what they've witnessed, whether they had video or not. And obviously we're encouraging citizens, that anybody that has that information that has not been contacted and feels it's relevant, please contact Rivercom, and then they can obviously put your information through, or their information through to the investigative team members, so they can be contacted. Undersheriff,
what's next steps here?
So, like I said, it's still a very active scene today. There's still several outside agencies coming in to help work on the investigation. This scene's going to be active most likely into the early to late evening. And then once that's done, obviously we'll open up so the public can re-access through the area, and then the team members will conduct their normal follow-up as they would with any other investigation that they're working on. So this will be a process that goes on for some time.
Well, Undersheriff, thank you very much for taking the time to join us here on the NCW Life Channel.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eric.
And as was mentioned, detectives with the North Central Washington Special Investigation Unit is the lead agency in the investigation of the shooting. The name of the dead suspect and the name of the officers involved in the shooting has not been officially released. A pedestrian was struck and killed Sunday night in Ephrata while walking in the roadway near Ephrata High School. The Washington State Patrol reports that at 9:15 last night, 31-year-old Kevin W. Goody was walking eastbound in the 500 block of Alder Street Northwest on the road when he was struck by an eastbound 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee being driven by 23-year-old Aaron J. Koski of Moses Lake. Goody, whose hometown was not reported, was pronounced dead at the scene. Koski was not injured and is not facing charges. A veteran's thrift store operator says his conviction for assault should be overturned because he was not allowed to provide witnesses in his own defense. Thad Lawson runs the nonprofit Veterans Warehouse Thrift Store in Wenatchee. He was convicted last year of fourth-degree assault for physically restraining a 27-year-old woman who visited his store office. Lawson now says his lawyer failed to call 4 witnesses who could have contradicted the victim's testimony. A Chelan County District Court judge will hear arguments May 24th on whether the verdict should be overturned. Lawson was sentenced to 75 days in jail, but he has yet to begin serving his sentence while he appeals the case. He also faces a lawsuit from the State Attorney General's office, accusing him of sexual harassment and discrimination against at least 12 women who worked at or visited the thrift shop. The Grand County Sheriff's Office has arrested a man suspecting of starting a fire early Friday morning that caused extensive damage to a convenience store outside of Moses Lake. The Sheriff's Office said the fire was believed to have been started about 3:30 Friday morning in a porta potty outside the Airway Deli Mart on Highway 17 and Airway Drive. Images taken from the store's exterior camera showed an adult male near the fire's origin. Nobody was injured in the fire, but the store is described as severely damaged. Chelan County Commissioners will hold a public hearing tomorrow on the county's proposed Wildland Urban Interface Code. It's a new set of building regulations aimed at minimizing wildfire damage for homes on the edge of the wilderness. The draft code focuses on the use of fire-resistant building materials in wildfire-prone areas. It would prohibit new installations of wood shake and wood shingle roofs throughout the county, and it would require better driveway access for rural structures. Chelan County Fire Marshal Stephen Rinaldi modeled the code on similar regulations passed by the cities of Wenatchee and Leavenworth. The hearing starts at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Police agencies around the Wenatchee Valley held their Regional Law Enforcement Awards ceremony. On Wednesday, departments recognizing performance above and beyond the call of duty for the year 2021. Chelan County Sheriff's Deputy Aaron Seabright acknowledged as Deputy of the Year for Chelan County. For East Wenatchee, Officer Ivy Jacobson was one of 3 officers honored for life-saving use of a tourniquet in an emergency situation. Other commendations went to frontline officers from around the valley as well as support staff in each department. And speaking of that, the Moses Lake Police Department, they're going to have an award ceremony on Tuesday to recognize staff that was involved in that 2020 police shooting. Among those being honored will be retired K-9 Chief and his handler, Officer Nick Stewart. Chief will receive the Police Star Award and Stewart the Medal of Valor. Stewart and Chief were chasing 22-year-old robbery suspect Jose Riviera on February 28, 2020, when Riviera turned and shot Chief in the eye. Stewart then shot and killed Riviera. An investigation later determined Stewart acted appropriately in the shooting. Also being honored will be veterinarian Jessica Morrison, Officer Brad Zook, and detectives Omar Ramirez and Kurt Lodebor. Fellow K-9 handler Zook responded to the shooting and transported Chief to Pioneer Veterinary Clinic, where Morrison provided initial life-saving care before she and Zook accompanied Chief to the veterinary school at Wazoo, where his life was saved. Morrison will receive the Civilian Service Award, and Zook, Ramirez, and Ledebor will get the Exceptional Service Awards. The ceremony is at 6 o'clock tomorrow at the Moses Lake Civic Center, and yes, it's open to the public. Quick traffic reminder, traveling to and from Wenatchee and Chelan today will be a bit problematic. As you know, they've been doing that slope stabilization project for the last couple of weeks, 4 miles south of Aniat. Well, the project itself is done, but they still need to do some cleanup. So you're still going to be finding delays all this week with flagger-controlled traffic. The contractor is paving, striping, and installing rumble strips in the pavement during that stretch of where they've been doing the slope stabilization project. So if you're going to travel on the other side, on the Douglas County side of the river, to get to and from the upper part of the valley, on US 2 at milepost 132, that's right near Lincoln Rock State Park, beginning today and going through Thursday, there's going to be closures and traffic control and flagger control traffic. They're going to close the highway at 20 minutes at a time while they replace lines, power lines over the highway. So it doesn't matter which way you go, 97A on the Chelan County side, 97 and US 2 on the Douglas County side, you will find delays between Wenatchee and the Chelan Valley for most of this week. That's what's making news. At 20 minutes after the hour, it was a busy weekend, as you might imagine, but we'll gather, we'll find out what happened over the weekend and what happens today, and we will have a newscast for you at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock with Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom. And with the preview, here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, after more clouds and cool temperatures in our forecast today, much nicer weather is on tap for Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll have the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has a wrap on the weekend high school sports action and has the latest on the Mariners. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. That was Grant, by the way, Friday afternoon outside the Localtel building on Grant Road. We televised the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade alongside with Ron Bershauer. Had a really good time. Then, of course, we were broadcasting the Stimulk Growers Grand Parade on Saturday morning. It was a busy weekend for the crew, but we got a lot done, and we rather enjoyed it. And by the way, the Stimulk Growers Grand Parade and the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade, in case you missed it, will be able to be viewed on our website just a little bit later on today. At the bottom of your screen are any number of ways you can get a hold of us. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, or you can go to our Facebook page and drop us a note on the Messenger app. When we take a break, when we come back, the Mariners' 6-game losing streak came to an end. They finally beat Tampa Bay. Philadelphia is in town for interleague play. Plus, everything that happened in the world of high school sports over the weekend is coming up. Sports is 1 minute away. You want your Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
23 minutes after the hour, the Mariners celebrated Mother's Day with a victory. They snapped their 6-game losing streak. It took them 10 innings, but they did it. They beat Tampa Bay. Abraham Toro tied the game in the bottom of the 9th inning with a home run, and then Ty France got the walk-off RBI base hit in the bottom of the 10th. Seattle wins 2-1. The early part of the game belonged to rookie George Kirby, making his major league debut, and he was good. He went 6 innings. He allowed no runs, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, all Mariner records in a debut game.
There he is, young man out of New Rochelle, New York. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He comes from behind to get the strikeout. Yep, saved that baseball. 1 down, first battery faces, and that's a good hitter and a hot hitter in Brandon Lau. Oh, that's a beautiful pitch. Fooled an accomplished hitter for strikeout number 2, 2 down, first inning. Well, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on. Got him! Oh, that's a good start. Up the middle, Dylan Moore slows it down. Nice flip. Do they get the out? Yes, they do. Nice operation there. Dylan Moore filling in for J.P. Crawford. Some back spasms. Good athletic play. Gets the ball over to Adam Frazier to get the lead runner.
Showing a lot of range, going to his left. Makes the diving play. A little flip. Nice job by Adam to stay with the play also. Had to backhand a little short hop to him.
So that small fielder's glove came in handy, right?
Exactly right.
Swing and a miss. Phillips has struck out 6 consecutive times. 2-2 to Choi. Say goodnight. 2 down. Strikeout number 5 for George Kirby.
After that strikeout, I like the way he walked off the mound.
Brett Phillips has K'd 7 consecutive times for Kirby. His 6th strikeout. 2 down, 5th inning. Looking for strikeout number 7. The 0-2 pitch. He got him! George Kirby threw 5. He got the start and went 5 innings, 4 hit shutout ball, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. And Abraham leans on 1. Tie ball game. Back-to-back here in the ninth, and we have a brand new ball game.
Kittredge makes a mistake, and Toro was all over it.
There's a 1-1 pitch. That will do it. Ball game. Tie France. Mariners win it 2-1. They end a 6-game losing streak and in Tampa Bay's 6-game winning streak. Way to go, Tie France.
That's the way you finish up a ball game on Mother's Day. Tied with a clutch hit right there to drive in a run. This place is going nuts.
Late game heroics are fun, but manager Scott Service after the game said it was watching Kirby pitch that was the real highlight.
Talk about, it always starts with the guy on the hill. What a shot in the arm George Kirby gave us today. Quite a Mother's Day present for his mom and all the folks that were here rooting him on. I think probably the entire Elon baseball team from his college days were here, it seemed like. So can't say enough about the job. First major league outing, and for him to go out as calm and collected as it looked to everybody watching it. That's how it felt being around him. He just went out and throw strikes. That's what George Kirby does. And the stuff was better than what we've seen at any point in spring training for me today. The life on the fastball. I think he had about 14, 15 swings and misses today. Didn't walk anybody. And that's really been an issue for us is, we're so good at, committing to just dominating the strike zone. We got back to it today. I thought our pitching was tremendous today on a day that we really needed it. So heck of an outing by George. Really a shot in the arm. It's exactly what we needed. Really wasn't expecting it. Didn't know what we were going to get out of a rookie first time out there, but could not have asked for more.
Mariners turn right around to begin a 3-game series, an interleague series. The Phillies are in town. First pitch tonight, 6:40 on Root Sports Northwest. All right, to the Les Schwab Prep Baseball scoreboard we go. From over the weekend, Eastmont sweeping a doubleheader from Eisenhower on Friday to wrap up the regular season. They win 10-0 and 3-2. Moses Lake took 2 from Sunnyside, 10-zip and 11-1. And Liberty Bell beat Manson 12-2 and 20-3. On Saturday in high school baseball, Lafreda dropped its opener in the CWAC District Tournament 4-0 to Ellensburg, but they bounced back for a 10-0 win over East Valley. In other action on Saturday, Okanagan swept Tonasket 3-1 and 7-6. Lake Roosevelt took 2 from Oroville, 12-0 and 14-4. And Waterville Mansfield beat Moses Lake Christian 27-7. All right, the Big 9 District playing games are tomorrow. Eastmont will be in Yakima to take on Davis. Wenatchee will host Eisenhower at 5 o'clock. That's win or go home. The winners advance to face one another in the district tournament Friday. For the district championship, it's Moses Lake and West Valley Friday at 5 o'clock. There's a district playing game today for Bridgeport and Manson. It'll be in Brewster at 4 o'clock. The winner will face Okanagan in the district tournament tomorrow at 4:30. The other playoff game tomorrow has Tonasket at Lake Roosevelt. The CTL district tournament starts tomorrow in Ephrata. Omak will take on Cashmere at 4:30, followed by Quincy and Chelan at 6:30. The CWAC district tournament resumes in Yakima County Stadium on Friday. Ephrata will take on Othello at 1 o'clock, followed by Ellensburg and Sela at 4. Moses Lake and Eastmont were both winners on Friday in Big 9 fast pitch softball. The Chiefs swept Sunnyside 21-zip and 25-5. Eastmont took down Eisenhower 16-1 and 13-zip. In B League play, Okanagan swept Tonasket 14-1 and 22-7. On Saturday, Othello swept Ephrata 10-1 and 8-2. Cashmere took both games from Omak 15-12 and 17-3. Lake Roosevelt won both against Orville 13-3 and 18-0, and Tonasket tripped up Liberty Bell 4-zip. Softball scores in the playoffs in the District 6, 7, and 9 playoffs at Kettle Falls on Saturday. Curlew edged Pateras 13-9. Wilbur Creston crushed Waterville Mansfield 39-4. Mary Walker downed Pateras 27-3, and then Chilium topped the Shockers 20-1. The District 6 2B playoffs begin tomorrow with Orville and Brewster, while Tonasket hosts Liberty Bell at 4:30. Again, this is girls fast pitch softball. Lake Roosevelt awaits the winner. Orville and Brewster Saturday at 11, and Okanagan awaits the winner of Liberty Bell and Tonasket. Soccer, Wenatchee finishes the regular season in Big 9 soccer with a win on Friday night. They had already won the regular season championship. They beat Sunnyside 3-0, leave off to fill to the Apple Bowl on senior night. Eisenhower edged Moses Lake 1-0 in the other game. Soccer scores on Saturday from Les Schwab. On Saturday, Chelan edged Orville 3-2. Cashmere blanked Liberty Bell 2-0. So the playoffs, the District 9 play-in games are tomorrow night. Moses Lake will travel to Sunnyside, and Eisenhower will host Davis. Both of those games start at 6 o'clock. The winners will face each other off on Thursday. At 7 o'clock, as far as the district championship is concerned, it's Wenatchee and Eastmont Thursday for the championship. We'll have it for you here on the NCW Life Channel. The Panthers and the Wildcats leave Buffalo Field to the Apple Bowl, 7 o'clock. And the District 6 1A 2B playoffs in boys soccer are set for Wednesday. Cashmere will host Brewster at 4:30. Chelan will visit Okanagan. 2 games are set for the Apple Bowl on Wednesday night. Quincy will take on Bridgeport at 6, followed by Manson and Cascade at 8. And those are just some of the games that people are playing, or are scheduled to play anyway, on this Monday, the 9th day of May. Today's obscure holiday is a very sober and serious day today as we celebrate nationwide National Lost Sock Memorial Day. How many socks have you lost in the last year? How many socks have you lost in the last decade? Why do we lose socks? We very rarely lose a pair of shoes. Very rarely do we lose just one shoe and have the other one. You can't really lose a pair of pants. They're connected to each other. And yet socks, for reasons unknown, have a tendency to, at least one of them, wander away from the herd, never to be seen again. Is there a practical application for just one sock that doesn't match any other sock? I don't know. Like many people, I have a drawer in my bedroom that's full of socks that don't match anymore, in the vain and bizarre hope that I will find the other sock. Sometimes it's behind the dryer, and sometimes it ends up in your pants pocket after the wash. And I don't know. How many socks have just simply disappeared? Some of them, they just go. I was going to give you the history of socks, by the way. It dates back to the 8th century BC, but I looked it up, and it's kind of boring. In any event, today is, if you're wondering why the flags are at half-staff today, it's because it is National Lost Sock Memorial Day. Gonna cry. 32 minutes after the hour, today in history. This is the 61st anniversary of one of the most famous speeches regarding what I do for a living, television. At the annual NAB convention in Washington, D.C., FCC Chairman Newton Minow, recently appointed as the chairman of the FCC, stood before all of the big broadcasting executives from all over the country and gave his famous Wasteland speech. Among his comments from FCC Chairman Newton Minow was this: when television is good, nothing, not the theater, not movies, not magazines, nothing is better. But when television is bad, nothing is worse. He went on to say, I invite each of you to sit down in front of your own television set and stay there for a day. Don't read a book. Don't read a magazine. Don't read a newspaper. Don't work. Just sit there and watch television for the entire day. And I can guarantee you that what you will observe is a vast wasteland. Now, in Newton Minow's defense, most of the big-time television shows that were very popular in the 1960s are almost all but unwatchable today. Some of them have stood the test of time. The vast majority of them didn't. The 60s were a great time for music. They were a terrible time for television. He had a point. My favorite quote about television comes from the great comedian Fred Allen, who said, television is a medium that allows people with nothing better to do watch people who can't do anything. 61 years ago today, TV is a vast wasteland. We've gotten better. 42 years ago today, this is not supposed to happen. The Sunshine Skyway Bridge, when it was built, was one of the longest bridges in the world. It bridges Tampa Bay. The original Sunshine Skyway Bridge was opened in the early 1950s. On this date, 42 years ago today, May 9th, 1940, in the early morning hours, the freighter Summit Venture, during a sudden squall, collided with one of the pylons that holds the bridge into place, and it caused a 1,400-foot section of the bridge to collapse into Tampa Bay. 35 people in 6 cars and a Greyhound bus were killed. They plunged the 150 feet down into the water and sank immediately. One guy driving a pickup truck survived. His truck glanced off the freighter before it landed in the water, so it didn't have all that momentum, and the crew members of the freighter were able to rescue him. They eventually tore down the entire old bridge and built new ones. That was 42 years ago today. And 47 years ago today, May the 9th, 1974, the United States House Committee on the Judiciary formally opens their public impeachment hearings against President Richard Nixon. I have a feeling this may develop into a significant story. We'll keep a close eye on that. Let's do birthdays. A truly great American, Henry J. Kaiser, the founder of the modern American shipbuilding. He established the Kaiser shipyards in Portland, Oregon, who built hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Liberty ships during World War II. Then he formed Kaiser Aluminum and Kaiser Steel. You've probably heard about Kaiser Permanente Healthcare, which was the first significant company to provide health care for all of his employees and their families. He is a legend in the industrial world. He was, anyway. Two of his most important business philosophies remain intact to this day. Herman Kaiser said, "I make progress by surrounding myself with people who are smarter than I am, and then I'd listen to them." And he said, "When your work speaks for itself, shut up. Don't say anything, just let your work do your job for you." Not bad, Herman Kaiser. Born in the state in 1882. Sonny Curtis is 85 years old today. Sonny Curtis was a member of the Crickets, Buddy Holly of the Crickets. He was a member of the Crickets before Buddy Holly and the Crickets came to worldwide fame, and then he rejoined the Crickets after the tragic death of Buddy Holly. But during the Crickets' 2-year ascension to the charts and all the legendary music that Buddy Holly and the Crickets made, Sonny Curtis was not actually a member of the Crickets. He and Buddy Holly were boyhood friends. But Sonny Curtis went on tour at the age of 14 and stayed in the music industry in his entire life. He was also a very good songwriter. He wrote the song Walk Right Back, a huge hit for the Everly Brothers. I Fought the Law and the Law won the original version, Sonny Curtis with the Crickets. And he wrote and sang the theme to the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Love Is All Around, and it made him millions and millions of dollars in residuals. The great Sonny Curtis, still going strong at 85. Happy birthday to Sonny. And Billy Joel, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, class of 1990. 33 top 40 hits, 3 number 1 hits. He is the 4th biggest selling solo artist in American history, and he's the 7th biggest selling recording artist of any kind in American history. Billy Joel, 73 years old today. Sing me a song, The Piano Man. It's 37 minutes after the hour. Up next, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Do you have old or unused prescription medications lying around? You can now safely and anonymously dispose of them at a safe medication return kiosk near you. Just visit your nearest location. 75% of opioid misuse starts when someone uses medication that wasn't prescribed for them. By removing unwanted prescriptions from your home, you're helping to keep your loved ones safe and healthy.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
My name is Anaisa Lemus, and I teach at John Newberry Elementary. I had a tooth in the front that was just always causing me problems. It was just happening so regularly. I went to go get a root canal done, and the root canal didn't help a whole lot because when it came back, both of my parents went to Dr. Divis's office. They really recommended him because he had done such a great job on their teeth. I went and really have had a really pleasant experience with him. He just made me feel really at ease with everything. He was really confident with what he was doing. He said, this is one of his favorite parts of his job, which really made it easier for me because, when you're really passionate about something, they're going to do a good job. As a teacher, my students, I'll tell them randomly sometimes, oh yeah, with my fake tooth, they're always so shocked. Like, what? It looks like your real tooth. And I'm really happy with the results now.
This is Dr. John Divis. Please call us today.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCW Life channel. Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCW Life channel.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino is the perfect place to meet in East Wenatchee. The Old West theme takes you back in time with casino gambling and poker tables. And now you can play the best games on or off the tables. Stop by and check out the new game room. All your favorite games and extended late night hours makes the Clearwater your best bet for a great time. And if time slips away having so much fun, stay the night next door at the Cedars Inn. It's all here nightly at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino in East Wenatchee.
Okay, this is Mike, Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I do relationship counseling, And one thing I always ask couples when they come into my office, I say this, do you like your partner? No, I don't ask if they love them. You know, people would say they love someone even if they just tolerate them. Now, what I want to know is, do you like the person you're in a relationship with? Do you enjoy their company? Do you admire and respect them as an individual? Do you like talking and spending time with them? No, this is honestly sometimes an eye-opening question for folks. Sure, I love my wife, Rosie, but I like her too. She's nice. You'd like her. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience the newly expanded Cycle Chelan, held June 25th, 2022. Pick your thrill from 4 rides: the Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, the Lake Loop, or the Butte Blast. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan 2022. Pick your thrill today.
Are you ready to freshen up your home? Boswell's expansive 2-story showroom is filled with high-quality furniture that's always discounted to give you their best price every day. Boswell's is receiving new furniture deliveries each week, so you'll be sure to find just what you need for your home without the wait. Complimentary design assistance and free local delivery. Superior customer service and the best value for your money. Start at Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Things have changed in the motorsports industry. Short supply and high demand have emptied showrooms. But what hasn't changed are the experts at Doghouse Motorsports. They are here to help you reserve the machine of your choice. Stop by and check out the latest 2022 Husqvarna motorcycles, Ubco, and Intense electric vehicles, and other new additions to the Doghouse Motorsports family of high-quality products.
Over the last year and a half, the industry has absolutely changed, but the Doghouse is still your best option for all your power sports needs.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word. I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
The workforce and career programs at Wenatchee Valley College are for you. The programs we offer are high demand, so you can kickstart your career and get connected to industry experts. With dedicated instructors and financial support available, we're behind you every step of the way. Are you ready for something new? Find your next career at Wenatchee Valley College. We have options for learners like you.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one.
I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Public notice! Click RV of Moses Lake has just received a huge shipment of RVs. If you're looking for a bunkhouse trailer for the whole family, a rear living for just 2, or if you're a motorhome kind of glamper, if you want to camp for free with 0 down and no payments till October, Click RV of Moses Lake has it for you. Top quality brands like Winnebago, Thor, Keystone, and Forest River. Lifetime warranties, so buy with confidence at Click RV of Moses Lake.
Hi, drive a Click RV.
Hurry, the selection has never been better with new arrivals daily.
The best quarterback in the game only drives the best RV in the game.
Click RV, your Moses Lake RV superstore.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
A lot of sunshine, just 40 degrees. We're in for a very chilly week yet again. We'll give you those forecast details one more time, but we wanted to repeat our top story from over the weekend. As you know by now, Wenatchee police responding to reports of a man shooting at a church in downtown Wenatchee. This happened at about 8:30 on Saturday morning when the suspect confronted police officers, wounding an officer in the leg. Police fired upon the individual and killed him. The officer sustaining a non-life-threatening injury to his lower leg. Eric Granstrom had a chance to speak with Douglas County Under Sheriff Tyler Kale on Saturday afternoon about that incident.
Wenatchee Police Department officers were made aware of an incident near the Living Hope Church, which is located North Chelan Avenue and Toulouse Street in downtown Wenatchee. Information being received was there was a subject at the location shooting at the church. Officers arrived on scene and confronted the subject, and as a result, the subject, actually one officer was sustained non-life-threatening injuries as a result of the shooting, and then as a result, the suspect ended up was shot and fatally wounded by officers at the scene.
So the suspect shot at the police while he was shooting at the church, or do they confront him and he turned on them, or how did that happen?
So everything's still very early in the investigative process. We're still trying to determine what exactly led up and how that confrontation actually originated between the officers and the suspect. As I mentioned, the suspect was observed physically shooting at the church when the officers arrived. But to the circumstances between how that contact was initiated between the officers and the suspect, that part of the investigation is still ongoing.
Any names being released at this point?
No, they are not at this point.
I see this was Wenatchee Police Department, but the Special Investigation Unit is in charge of this, or how's that working, Tyler?
Correct. So since this was an officer-involved shooting, the North Central Washington Special Investigative Unit was activated to take over the investigation of the incident to comply with all the independent investigative standards that now rely or are here within the state. So the Wenatchee Police Department's been removed from the investigative process, and the SIU team is heading that investigative process.
Okay. Undersheriff, can you tell us the condition of the officer who was shot? Is he doing okay?
So my understanding is he is doing fine, and like I said, it was a non-life-threatening wound to a lower limb that they sustained.
I know you say that the investigation is early, and I'm sure you might not be able to provide any information, but of course the public is aware that we've had a gang-related possible shooting here just a few weeks ago in Wenatchee. Do you know of any correlation here, or is this gang-related at all? Are you aware of?
At this time, I'm not aware of any gang correlation with this shooting as compared to recent shootings in the Wenatchee area. But like I said, we are still very early in and gathering all the facts and trying to determine the circumstances around this incident.
Obviously, with Apple Blossom underway and parades going on and things like that, I'm sure that the scene around the crime area where that occurred this morning, I know that there was quick response. Can you talk to us related to Apple Blossom and things like that as far as the rest of the festival? Or is there any impacts that can be anticipated?
So the actual shooting scene was very relatively close to Memorial Park, obviously where all our food vendors are for the Apple Blossom Festival, and it was, of course, the parade day. The parade was not impacted by this incident. Neither was operations or any of the festivities at Memorial Park. Biggest impact at this time is the fact that the scene around the church and a lot of the side streets are still closed and will remain closed probably until this evening, until all the scene investigative process is completed.
Undersheriff, I know it was early in the morning, but there was probably some folks that were around that vicinity when this incident took place. I know there's been some images that have been placed on social media and things like that. Are you guys, as far as the investigation concerned, if anybody's got any video or anything like that, are you asking them to help out with your investigation?
Absolutely. So we've been fielding phone calls actually throughout the day, especially through Rivercom Dispatch Center, of people that have called in with, identifying what they've witnessed, whether they had video or not. And obviously we're encouraging citizens that anybody that has that information that has not been contacted and feels it's relevant, please contact Rivercom, and then they can obviously put your information through, or their information through to the investigative team members, so they can be contacted.
Undersheriff, what's next steps here?
So, like I said, it's still a very active scene today. There's still several outside agencies coming in to help work on the investigation. This scene's going to be active most likely into the early to late evening, and then once that's done, obviously we'll open up so the public can re-access through the area, and then the team members will conduct their normal follow-up as they would with any other investigation that they're working on. So this will be a process that goes on for some time.
Well, Undersheriff, thank you very much for taking the time to join us here on the NCW Life channel.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eric.
And once again, as you heard, detectives with the North Central Washington Special Investigations Unit is the lead agency investigating the shooting. The names of the victim and of the officers involved still have not been publicly released. We'll have more on this story throughout the day as more details become available on our website and on our Facebook page, and certainly tonight with the evening news at 5, 6, and 10. After a quick break, we'll have your weather forecast. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has hot tubs in stock now. Spas are scientifically proven to improve sleep and ease arthritis pain. Let us help you find the perfect spa today. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa is helping families reconnect, one hot tub at a time.
Well, our abnormally cool weather that's been going on all spring, except for just the first couple of days of spring back in late March, we've had this long stretch, and it's going to continue with daily high temperatures well below normal. From the National Weather Service, take a look at this. 57 is all we're going to get to today, and we're going to be dealing with some wind. That's 13 degrees below our normal afternoon high. Overnight lows in the 30s. In many locations in the lower 30s today and tomorrow. Tuesday, not much warmer. 61 degrees is 9 degrees below where we should be for the afternoon high. A little bit warmer on Wednesday. We cool back down on Thursday with another active system coming in. Friday, we catch a break, mostly sunny and warmer, but still, all of these temperatures that you see are not just below normal, they're well below normal until we get to Saturday and Sunday. The hits just keep on coming. That's it for us. Have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.